I think if you discuss talents, there is not a huge problem. Talents always have been there and will maintain there. Our experience is from the past that it takes you about 20 years before a fund fully gets realized. So with 12 years term of a fund, you will have talents. Of course, with a bigger inflow of money in this whole industry, talents will get bigger. But the size goes relative to the total amount of the industry, not massive up. So it is, in our view, talents as such is not a real issue. What we see more as a problem in this whole market is what we call these days the zombie funds, managers that have raised a fund and are not able to raise new money, and then suddenly are sitting on their old funds, not motivated because there is no future for them, and that is more of a problematic issue in this industry. As I mentioned, most of the funds have talents. Even the best performers will not realize their last position within the time frame of 12 years of the life of a fund. They will have some, so in our view, almost every fund will have a tail end. One group's more than others, but they all will have. On the zombie funds, we have seen now some experience that funds didn't perform as predicted and have trouble now in raising a new fund. And there you see the zombie funds slowly popping up. At the moment it is limited in the program, but I expect going forward that we will see more and more of those. I think if you want to maximize the returns, what I see happening in the market these days is that people put in new rewards for the GPs. In my view, the wrong attitude, because I do believe that if you want to maximize your returns, either you shift management because management hasn't performed, and if it is a pure tail end, I think management will do its best and its utmost to make it realized in a normal time frame. The best thing what LPs can do is first of all stop paying a management fee over a tail end, a pure tail end. For the zombie funds, I think the best what they can do is have the management motivated and make sure that if they don't behave or a lot of their team members are disappearing, that it has to stop its activities. And most of these items, what can you do? People always act after the event has happened, and that means always too late, always after the facts. You should start thinking about this prior to investing in a fund, and that means having things well organized in an LPA, your limited partnerships agreement, where you have to make in sure items what is happening if the fund cannot raise a new fund, and not only the key man clause that's in today, but if, for instance, half of the team disappears because there is no future, that should also trigger a point where investments will stop and where the manager can be taken off his job at no penalties. Now that alignment is of course a very difficult one, because that means that if the LPs don't want to re-up with a new fund, with the same manager with a new fund, if they don't re-up, there is no alignment from that moment anymore, because the LP said, I don't want to work with you anymore, I don't give you new money. So you already break the alignment. Of course, there is an agreement in the old funds of alignment, and I think it is important that LPs and GPs are making clear measures that alignment remains, and as soon as the alignment is not there, because the team disappears with the manager or no new fund can be raised, that there is a procedure in place how to act, and that could be changing management to a new manager. Will it change and the alignment in the product as such? No, because still what has been invested by the old team, and the fact that LPs are not re-upping has to do most of the time with poor performance. If a fund has invested and it is poor performance, how can you be realigned?